from this day forward, we're going to stop calling LeBron James the best player in the world.
Just last year, the bubble playoffs seemed to prove something definitive to the NBA world. And that was quite simply that the Los Angeles Lakers, headed up by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, were not just dominant, but going to be a dynasty. They overcame the layoff of over 6 months to go into the bubble playoffs and win the NBA title. And yet, not even a year later, due to the rush start to the new season, the Lakers have been ousted from the first round of the playoffs in definitive fashion. And now, LeBron's skills going forward are going to be questioned. So allow us to show you proof that LeBron James is washed up. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. 4. From MVP to hobbling. For perhaps the biggest piece of proof that LeBron James is getting to the washed-up stage of his career is to look at how he was in the beginning of the season versus how he was at the end of it. When he started out the season, there was a serious talk about him being the potential MVP. He had the Lakers at the top of the Western Conference and battling the Jazz for the #1 seed. But then, fast forward to the end of the season, and the Lakers were in the #7 seed, and barely got that after barely beating the Golden State Warriors in the first play-in game, which LeBron complained a lot about. Says a lot right there. And in the playoff round against the Phoenix Suns, he had spurts of dominance and then spurts of reverse play. Why? Well, 3. Injuries. If you look at the career of LeBron James, you'll see that unlike certain key legends, his injuries have been very sporadic and rarely crippling. After all, this was a guy who went to the NBA Finals 8 straight times. That doesn't just happen if you're injured. But if you look at the time with the Lakers, 2 of his 3 seasons with them have been marred by injuries. His first year was a disaster because of the injuries to him, and the Lakers didn't even make the playoffs that year. And then in this season, the injuries to LeBron James led the Lakers going from #2 seed to #7 seed. And he clearly wasn't playing the same when he was against the Suns. Injuries can linger, and even LeBron admitted that one of the injuries he got this year might make it so that he's never the same again. Which is not what you want to hear from your leader. 2. No support equals no ring. There was a time when LeBron James was known for going so all out that he could carry a team on his back and still advance far in the playoffs. Arguably, the only time he didn't do that was when he was with the Miami Heat. And yet, when this time with the Lakers, 2 of the 3 seasons needed him to carry his team past their faults. And that didn't happen at all. In fact, in 1 year, the team revolted against him in a way that it got half of them traded for Anthony Davis. But with Davis injured this year, and during the playoff round with the Suns, that proved once again that without the support, LeBron can't hold anyone up. 1. Can he bounce back? So did we just write LeBron James as a lost cause? Does that even sound smart? We don't think so. In truth, part of what he seemed washed up this year is because of the very small break between the bubble playoffs and the new season. Now with him out of the playoffs, he'll have more months to go and prepare for the next season and heal. But if he doesn't bounce back like many want, then yeah, maybe he finally is washed up. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at LeBron James and whether or not he's honestly washed up? Do you think that this is proof that he's going to be not as good in the next season, even with a lot more rest? Do you think that the Lakers need to make a big move to help support him next go-around? How many seasons does he have left in him? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.